Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me get the intro started so we can get going, and hopefully people will get in here as the intro's playing. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitter. Shout out to you, or excuse me, not Twitter. Sorry, X. X, all right? My bad, my bad. I know it's going to take me a minute. It's taken me several months to kind of go from Twitter to X. Anyway, shout out to everybody. I see all the wonderful people here in the chat. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Listen, we are here to talk about Riley and continue to bring some more awareness to this. Now, yesterday we went live and we had the family press conference. We had a little conversation about that. There's just been so much information, a lot of things that have been talked about. I mean, it's one thing after another, I think, but there isn't a whole lot of updates in terms of the case, the actual case. So I want to start by talking about this article, and of course, for those that don't know, the Cheatham Dam. My understanding has been, I mean, they're reviewing it, they're going in there, they're checking to see if Riley happens to be in that area. Okay, so in the search for missing Missouri student Riley intensified Wednesday morning as officials confirmed they were focusing efforts on the Cheatham Lock and Dam near Ashland City. The Cheatham County Sheriff's Office said that they will be in the area around noon. Call the efforts a basic shutdown. So they're shutting that whole area down for search, which, I mean, there's a lot of crazy activity going on over there. I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers over there. I'm seeing a lot of other press over there, other media over there, which where does this put us, right? That they're having to search so much, right? That whole area, I mean, boots on the ground, you have the Cajun Navy. Where does that put us? What do you guys think happened to this young man? Let me know in the chat what you guys think is going on. It's Cheatham, excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you, thank you. Y'all, listen, y'all know English is not my first language, so I got the little pronunciation thing. Thank you. Cheatham. Excuse me. Thank you. Shout out to everybody. Look, I love when you guys correct me. Oh, it's Tennessee, so it's probably Cheatham. Oh. So, and then shout out to Miss Treasure Finder, who's like Tennessee Treasure Finder. That's not how you say a rabbit. Say it right. Say it right. I are they going over there? I'm wondering, are they going over there? Any of the chaos divers or Joshua Cantu or all those other people, I mean, maybe they can assist. I'm not really sure. You said you help me. I don't know how to say DJ Nashville. Stop laughing at me. I'm trying to pronounce it. All right. Shout out to you guys. But anyways, listen, I'm a West Coast girl, so forgive me. Forgive me. SW, you're not the only one who has said that. SW says, I'm sorry, but I feel like he felt being drunk and is in the water. It's so very sad and devastating. People, feel that there might be foul play, and I don't blame them for feeling that way at the same time because I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one. I don't feel like we have a whole lot of information quite yet. But it's led a lot of controversy on social media, of course. And so when they had the press conference yesterday, we saw a little bit from these investigators that were saying, we're following every lead, but it's not always that. And so yeah. Who were the two people on the speakerphone? I heard about that. I know. Shout out to Pascal, you guys. Make sure you go support Pascal. I mean, I think it was like a Core TV. Shout out to him, yo, doing the damn thing. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Look, he did show some of that, and I did pull the clip on that. But the thing is one thing that they didn't talk about in this press conference with the family was the whole two-tone shirt, the witness. There were other people. Why doesn't law enforcement address that? Like, it doesn't hurt to address that. Are they keeping that close to their belt, or maybe did the victim misspeak, or maybe she saw something? I'm just kind of curious about that. That's all. You said I have a question. Is this big city or a small town? Like in this place, big New York or Cali? I'm not American, so I just want a picture of what they are all working with. I would say, I mean, yo, let me know, Layla. It's the city of the yeah, it's the capital of the state. So right downtown, very musically, very much so. So the dam is several miles away. I feel like that's a long shot. But to go that far, tell me, Tennessee Treasure Finder, tell me why you feel like it's a long shot. Let me know because I'm kind of curious to know what your thoughts are as to why you feel that. Maybe you know something, or given that you're local, or even all those folks in there, DJ Nashville, everybody. Let me know why you feel that would be a long shot that he would be down there. Okay, you said Ginger Snap said if they would have a suspect, they wouldn't want it getting out. Ginger Snap, in the last couple of cases that I have reviewed, police is going to keep what they're going to keep close to their heart. They're not always going to say everything, especially when we are in an era where anybody can have a social media account. Anybody can do a YouTube channel. Anybody can go travel to a site and really become a nuisance to an investigation. One thing that the detective did say yesterday in that press conference, he said, listen, if we have to change the course of this investigation, it becomes a homicide or something, that's what they're going to do, and they're going to drop everybody, right? The biggest thing is that this young man has not been found, and he needs to be found. And efforts are really going in to finding him. Now, I can't stop but think about this too. Okay? In the time frame that they went to go that they're looking for this young man, they've been finding other bodies. Correct? They've been finding other bodies. Which then brings me the question, well, so these people that were found, were they reported missing? Were people also looking for these people, or did we just happen to find them because we're searching for Riley? Like, that is a huge question that I think we all need to be. How many other bodies are out there that we don't even know, that could be in the area, that are victims of something, or that might have had a horrible accident? Nobody called them missing. They could be part of a homeless, camps. Like, how many? And why no one is looking for these other people? SW, that's the question. What does that say about so many other people that either haven't been missing, like they haven't been reported missing, but they've gone missing. They vanish. Okay. How many other bodies are there? It's not just one body that was found. Okay. Yeah, it's been two bodies so far that we know of. But were they reported missing? It it lends itself that question. It really does. So I wanted to make sure that I brought that up. Amy says I think probably homeless, but doesn't make it any less of a tragedy that nobody's reporting them missing. Um, that nobody else is saying anything. Absolutely. Yes, thank you. Jamie says bodies were found during the Gabby Petito case too. Susan Morphew is another example. So this happens a lot more often than what we may think, right? So it puts things into perspective, in my opinion. I don't know, but let me know your thoughts in the comments as we're discussing this. Listen, there's a Jane Doe case of a woman found in the river 26 years ago. Look at this. Shout out to Mr. Jeff. I think that's in looking for Riley, it's made me think about that. It's made me think about that. Okay, so right now where they're at, hold up, let me go back to the article. There's a basic shutdown at the facility where the Cumberland River flows into the lake. News 2 has a team of reporters covering the search and will have a crew at the dam. No more details have been released at this time. We all know that Riley disappeared during this trip with the frat brothers. I believe they were heading down for a conference. Kind of, it's a lot. So to give us an idea, and I got some footage from that area as well. Let's go ahead and share this.
He's their best friend. And we love these boys like our own. And it's just as hard on them as it is on us.
Wow.
That was Riley Strang's mother sharing the heartache his friends feel after the 22-year-old Mizzou student disappeared while here on a fraternity trip. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. The Office of Emergency Management was not called to assist in the search yesterday, but the United Cajun Navy has now reignited efforts at the request of the Strain family. News 2's Nikki McGee is joining us along the Cumberland River, where officials have focused most of their efforts. Nikki.
Yeah, Haley, well, I'm here on Gay Street, and already this afternoon, we've seen some of those crews actually getting in the water and helping search. Now, right behind me is right around where Riley's debit card was found. That was on Sunday, and now the Cajun Navy is working to coordinate additional efforts. And in addition, they say they also have.
But look at how, look at how steep that is. You fall down there. I just don't think, and then you're drunk. I mean, who's going to be there? And mind you, when they had the press conference, they were talking about the fact that, make sure you stick together. The search and rescue, or excuse me, the search ladies that were there, they said, y'all, make sure you stay together because honestly, you won't hear each other. So I'm wondering if he fell, if he drowned in the water, something happened here. He could have hit his head. I just really, really sad. Venus Blucci says, Rabbit, did you see my comment? Rabbit, I did. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the chat and also with everything else over here. 500 and 600 kids under 18 go missing. Wait, what? In Tennessee every month? You said 500/600 kids under the age of 18 go missing every month? So Venus, there's 500 kids to 600 kids missing as of last month too. That's a lot, and nobody has said anything. I mean, we talked about the strange kids, the whole situation that with the kids in Ohio too that go missing. But that is an excruciating amount of numbers for somebody to go missing every month. Who reported that? Please drop your source so that we can verify that. It's interesting. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of children. It said they need to get sonar down there. I thought they already had, Deborah. I'm pretty sure they had sonar down there already. But if the current was so strong, because y'all remember the water levels were a little bit different. If the current was so strong, the water levels are so different or very high or whatever the number was that we read about 2 days ago. We don't know if it could have dragged him, it could have pulled him. Did he fall over? How did it all kind of go down? I don't know. You said Stitching, Bitching, and True Crime says they need to go to the lake the river drops to into. Wow. Said, yeah, that they said it was very strong, Jackie Sue. They did. They do have sonar. Thank you, SW. It happens here with teens drinking on a boat. It's very difficult. Yes. Wow. Okay. You said, yeah, isn't it interesting that CrimeCon is gonna be in Nashville, I believe in May? I really wanted to go, but I'm like, I don't want to go to Nashville. I don't know. Maybe I'll go to the one I was thinking because I saw the one that Mel went to, and I was like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. But maybe I'll go next year, depending. What if, because if they have it international, I won't be able to go. But I would love to go to CrimeCon. I think that sounds like a good time to have and at least learn from other, cases and whatnot. Okay, current is fast, water is deep, and it's cold. Right. Um, DJ Nashville says, Rabbit, current is strong and it was pitch black. Keep in mind, it was dark, it was raining, there was a lot going on, right? Um, Something to keep in mind. You said bear honey. I'm in Tennessee and it seems like there's so many Amber Alerts. Wow. See, that would be good data to kind of track of like how many kids are actually, somebody, Venus said it was 500 to 600 a month. Yeah, I mean, keep track of that. Keep track of that. Uh, Here we have the friends are not minors. They haven't. They've been out looking as well. The friends are not minors. They haven't. They've been out looking as well. I'm not sure I understand your comment. Rabbit, I put a source on the Discord for the missing kids. Thank you so much, Petty. Shout out to you. Oh Lord have mercy. Y'all are really commenting on the kid comment. Okay, let's get it together. Let's watch. This gives us an image of that dam, or excuse me, the river. Look at, I mean, imagine falling off of this. Imagine falling off of this. This is just crazy. And this is near the bridge.
A hovercraft on their way to help aid in the search. The Office of Emergency Management told News 2 their assistance was not requested by police on Monday to help search. This afternoon, police say crews have returned to the water, including their urban search and rescue team. During today's briefing, police doubled down that they don't have any information leading them to believe that this was some sort of a crime. They also look to address some of the tips they've gotten, and they say not all have proven to be credible.
One of the concerns people have called in multiple times about is that he was, Riley was being chased, he was being followed. We have seen no evidence of that. We've been through the video multiple times, and that is the reason why we released that body camera footage, because that officer had an interaction with him, and we've talked to other people that have indicated to us there was no injuries on Mr. Strain when they observed him.
So the reason why they released the body cam footage is to try to quiet social media, if I'm understanding that correctly. Michelle says definitely not an accident. Shout out to Michelle who's commenting from Twitter, y'all. Drop some hearts if you're on YouTube, which is you're watching me on YouTube and Twitter. Make sure y'all, I don't think you guys on YouTube can see Twitter comments, but just know we're also streaming on Twitter. Somebody put in the comments, let me see whose comment it was, that they're back. So spring break is over for this group of young men, college men. So they're back to school, my understanding. MD says, so angry no one went with him when he left. Aaron says, shout out to Aaron, says the friends are back in class. Spring break is over. So I'm assuming that the classmates, the travel group, they're still enrolled in their colleges, right? And so they're not whatsoever helping in the search at this point. I mean, I don't know if that was my friend, but then I think about the Shanquella Robinson case, you know how they left right away and they left Mexico, but they had something to do with that whole situation. Here, I personally feel like I don't think I would have just left. I know I would have missed class. I'm gonna be there to find my friend, but that's just me. That's just me, you know? Mm.
And there was no indication that he was running from anything or he was in fear. There's been a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misinformation out there, and we're putting out everything we can to dispel all of those misconceptions.
Whoa, what?
Now, Metro Police say they do welcome the help of.
Michelle says there are other tips that are just now coming out. An investigator who is on site responded to me that the parents have just been notified of the tip of a couple who were in the video crossing the street with Riley and spoke to him. So there was another couple, and that's the thing. It's like, wow. Well, I truly hope that they talk to the police and everything. Hey, Chico. Pika says, I wouldn't have left my friends, but that's just me. I wouldn't have either. We talk about this is not to drag them or make them feel any kind of way. I think the friends are also probably going through some horrible stuff. However, you do have to kind of wonder at this point, like, you know, there's not a lot of answers. Yeah, they're frat brothers. This is their frat brothers. They left Shawnee. I'm assuming I mean, I don't know anybody else that stayed behind. But let me know your thoughts. So what would you guys do different? What would you guys do? Okay, let me keep playing.
The Cajun Navy, and they encourage anyone wanting to volunteer to do it with them to make sure you remain safe and are going out in teams. Reporting live in downtown Nashville, I'm Nikki McGee, News 2.
Interesting. Okay. Let me stop right here. And I want to kind of go back to the interview right over here. This one we didn't review yesterday. We talked a little bit about it, but I think that this is important as far as that relationship with police, which now looking back totally makes sense as to maybe some of the information with the police, what they said and everything in that press conference. Yeah.
Briefing for Riley's family. They were able to look over evidence and ask the police officers questions. Riley's parents join me live now. His mom and stepfather, Michelle and Chris Whited, and his father, Ryan Gilbert. Thank you to all three of you for taking the time tonight to speak with me. And may I just say, I am so sorry for what you are all going through. I can't imagine the stress that you're under and how traumatizing this must be. So let's get right to it. Let's help to drill down what we know and get the public working hard. So Michelle, you met with the police yesterday. Were they able to share anything with you that was at least satisfying? Anything that you're able to share with us or not able to share with us?
No, they just let us know where they are in the investigation and the videos that everybody has seen.
So what the media knows and what the public knows is the same as what you know,
just a little bit. They, just so you know, we requested the meeting Friday afternoon late that we get to see the video footage. We had not seen anything.
This is interesting. The family requested the meeting. So was it like offered to them, though they requested the meeting?
Or really heard from them too much throughout the previous week. So we were getting frustrated.
Interesting.
We wanted to see what they had. So it's not like this was one of those deals. It came up after we called them to tell them that the TikTokers had found the debit card because they didn't know that it had been found. Supposedly, they didn't know that the call had came in.
This is crazy. And then I saw some sources that were giving credit to the officers about finding the card when it was the TikTokers. I'm like, that's interesting. Maybe the officers verified or they did verification that the, debit card or credit card belonged to Riley, but that's about it. The officers didn't find it. It was the TikTokers.
Arrived before the police.
So I'll tell you what, I understand the sensitivity that you all are under. You do not want to criticize the police because right now they are your lifeline to continuing this investigation, to finding Riley. On the other hand, I can. And I am steaming mad that I interviewed a woman who works with the homeless who says she could have sworn she saw that shirt on a homeless man who was acting in an unusual way, had an unusual behavior, and that he had a bike, which is not normal, didn't ask for food, which is not normal, and that the shirt was perfectly clean underneath his dirty hoodie. And
okay, so this is a piece, Chico, this is the piece, and I know you've been like all caps, like, no, it's not verified by police. So they hadn't talked to the witness. Now, this is the day before the press conference, okay? The press conference doesn't mention any witnesses or whatsoever. Somebody that had seen him with the shirt. And that's the piece that I don't understand. Like, maybe it's tunnel vision. Maybe if they have it in their mind, this wasn't foul play or or this was just a horrible accident. Be Kind says, yeah, I don't believe the witness about the shirt, but the witness was very detailed. I just don't know. See, I don't know, because I almost feel like why would people lie about this shit? But then people lie about different things. But honestly, I mean, I'm on the fence on this one, y'all. And I would think that if, like, why wouldn't law enforcement at least, they're willing to acknowledge that Riley wasn't running away from anybody. But why not talk about this witness and the shirt. I mean, the witness went to social media. This is an important piece, so acknowledge it. Did y'all talk to this woman? She's got vital information. She saw something. She could identify the homeless person that was wearing the shirt, or did something else happen? Like, this is weird to me. William says, I don't believe it. Y'all don't believe it? Y'all still don't believe it? She went on Ashley Banfield. She went on other platforms as well. So this is where I'm like, I'm stuck. Because I personally don't think that you believe Sabrina on the shirt. Are y'all like, everybody's divided on this. Truly, everybody's divided. Let me do a little poll, okay? Low 12 says that needs to be checked out. Well, why hasn't it been? Do you all believe the witness, okay, on the shirt? Oh, or not on the shirt, about the shirt. About the shirt / homeless man, homeless person wearing it. Because don't you think that this would be something that law enforcement would have clarified? Don't you think, y'all, this is something that would have been like teased out? And while you're voting, please hit the like button. Please and thank you. Shout out to everybody watching us again from Twitter, Michelle, and all of y'all wonderful people out there. Or not Twitter, I'm sorry, X. X. I don't like the name X, but that's just me. Jordy T says, but did she speak with the Cajun Navy, who is in search as well? I don't know. Hold up. See, Chico's like, listen. Chico. Chico got the all caps. He said, y'all literally have police chasing their tails of false and frivolous ass info. Nashville has been looking for Riley. So don't believe the shit. They pulled out everything for this young man. Whoo, Chico, all caps, Chico means it. Chico means it when it's all caps at this point. Like, who? SW's on the fence. So she didn't sway it. She didn't say it was his shirt. She said it looked the same and believe it should be investigated by police. Thank you, SW, for clarifying it. Banfield also said this here, like she believed. Maybe she was interviewed. I don't know. But she's not mentioned at the press conference. So maybe this is where they're feeling like it's coming off a little weird. As far as information, is it credible? I don't know. I'm looking at the comments, y'all. That's why I'm pausing. Where is this woman? I don't know. I'm looking at your guys' comments. SW doesn't like the polls. Shout out to my mods, y'all. Shout out to my beautiful, wonderful mods that work overtime on my chat. Okay, all right. So we got some votes. Can we get to 100 votes? And can we get to 200 and some likes at this point? I'm looking at the votes, okay? Hold up, let me refresh. Let's see where we're at on our votes. 96 votes. Get to 100 votes, please and thank you. All right, let me look at this poll. We need one more vote. Whew. Okay, here we go. 52%. Do you believe the witness about the shirt / homeless person wearing it? Now, again, like SW says, she believed that she saw somebody wearing that shirt that fit that description. Okay? She believed that. So that literally could have been the thing. She could have seen something, but maybe it wasn't a good tip to lead to where Riley's at. Maybe that could have been the case. That could happen, right? And it's at night. I'm thinking different time. We just don't know. 47% said they don't believe this being a very viable tip at this point. Not that she's not credible, but that the tip isn't very viable. It is credible. Is it credible that, like, asking where Riley? Sadly, we don't know, right? They may have already investigated and ruled it out. That's true, Tennessee. For all we know, they could have investigated. I think what's tipping me off is that they haven't really mentioned it anymore as far as tips. But like even Banfield says it right here. Hold up. Let me go back a little bit.
Because right now they are your lifeline to continuing this investigation, to finding Riley. I, on the other hand, I can. And I am steaming mad that I interviewed a woman who works with the homeless who says she could have sworn she saw that shirt on a homeless man who was acting in an unusual way, had an unusual behavior, and that he had a bike, which is not normal, didn't ask for food, which is not normal, and that the shirt was perfectly clean underneath his dirty hoodie. And she has not been questioned, even as of today when we checked back with her.
Wow.
So, Chris, I'll just ask you if you were able.
So they didn't question it even like as of that, and that was the day before the conference, the press conference. SW says no, they did not investigate it. Jordy T says they're searching in the dam now. She needs to give them time to look into it before then going to the news. Says Jordy T. Ooh. You said Ava says not mentioning it could be that's right, could be strategic. They wouldn't want someone getting rid of a shirt. That's true. What if the person that has the shirt might have played a role in this? What if I don't know, y'all. It's a lot of what ifs in this situation, that's for sure. But let's keep playing, okay?
Able to talk to the police about this, if they mentioned anything about it, if they've discounted it in any way, and why?
They have not mentioned that to us at all. We are aware of that. We've heard the same comment. We've also heard multiple people that have tried to call Crime Stoppers and leave tips and been told they don't know anything about a Riley Strain case. So lots of confusion. We're struggling. We're 10 days in, it's
yeah, I can imagine. And I'll tell you what, like I said, I can criticize the police. I agree that you guys just have to keep your heads up and work with them. But Ryan, I will also say this, to have TikTokers who volunteered to look for Riley, find that bank card in what looked like a homeless mess of discarded clothing and junk on the riverbed, made me really angry, because I feel like it was right in the vicinity where Riley's phone pinged, and that there should have been a grid search done. This was found days and days after perhaps it should have been. Ryan, are they saying anything about that card and about the fact that it was TikTokers, not the police, that found it?
Ooh.
No, there hadn't necessarily been anything said about that. One would assume that since it was found in the vicinity of his last known whereabouts, that should have been canvassed pretty good. I think it just shines light on the B- job that the police force may be doing and following through and being detailed on this case. I know they're overwhelmed, but
there's a lot of pressure on law enforcement right now. Hence, now we have another organization helping out, which is awesome, phenomenal. I mean, they're going to be focused on helping, which the more the better, I would assume, unless it becomes like an ego thing, then I would assume that would be worse. K9 says if she worked with the homeless, she would know the person's name. You mean the person wearing the shirt that she believes she saw? Can go right to the station since she is local. She's not trying hard enough if she had actual information. Now, as of today, K9, maybe she did speak to law enforcement. We haven't heard an update. We don't know. But what gets to me is they didn't talk about the shirt, but they also said the debit card is the only piece of evidence they can confirm right now. Bingo. They didn't talk about the shirt at the press conference. Sometimes it's the things they don't say that typically say a lot more. Does that make sense? They didn't talk about the shirt, but they also said the debit card is the only piece of evidence that they can confirm right now, meaning they can't confirm the shirt. They can't confirm anything else. I'm assuming at this point, given the pressure from the media, from Banfield, from all these other places, social media, whatever, they would have already interviewed Sabrina, the witness. Shout out to Sabrina. Again, shout out to everybody else that's been speaking out, okay? They would have already interviewed her, y'all. Okay? But they only could confirm the card, but not the shirt and not the witness. Thank you, Vic, for saying that, because that's kind of where my mind and my head kind of went right there. Candalee, thank you for being a member for 9 months. And Low 12, thank you for becoming a new member. Again, Candalee, thank you. Man, 9 months is a long time, love. Shout out to you, and thank you for supporting me that long. But no, honestly, like the shirt wasn't evidence. It was just a tip. Good point. So they didn't confirm that. It's just a tip. It's just something that somebody saw. They can't confirm it. The card is, right? The card is. So That's a good point. Thanks, Vic, for pointing that out.
It was at the location, you know.
It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening that a member of the public who just wanted to help was able to find a critical
right.
piece of evidence that had the police done a grid search in that exact same area, might very well have seen it too. That, for instance, they're a lot more trained at searching than, say, a TikToker. But Michelle, it came to our attention today that Riley had been on the phone with, I think, either a girlfriend or somebody he had maybe started seeing. I'm not sure. Maybe you can characterize the relationship. And I think she asked him that night, "Are you having fun?" And the only text that she got back said something like, "Good lops," LOPS. And she couldn't understand what that meant. Can you shed some light on that communication, when it happened, what the circumstances were, and what happened after?
I think that was just a typo, but that was my thought. People were saying that it was slang for something. That is true, Vic. It's a very distinctive shirt. It's not like saying it's a black shirt, right, or a white shirt. It's a very distinctive shirt. Something that would make him stand out. Matter of fact, something that did make him stand out through that surveillance footage that we've captured. We knew the man is tall, right? Very tall, and then he has a very distinctive shirt, and then he's had pictures with this shirt before. Ava says, "I feel like the lady was genuine, rather it was a shirt or not." Good point. She was forthcoming. I would say so too. Please don't think that I'm trying to drag this lady as misinformation. I think that she was genuine. I really genuinely think that she saw something, and she did the right thing, and she has been, or maybe waited for law enforcement to interview her, which would then kind of make you wonder, like, well, why did they take that long? Because as of this, when they had this interview, she hadn't been interviewed, right? And she's a witness. And I don't know. Maybe they just didn't feel like it was important, but I definitely felt like Ava, like you said, she was reporting what she saw. In my opinion, she had no motive to lie. That's just how I feel. Where I felt a little off was the other witness about the restaurant situation, that she worked there, she didn't work there, and then her husband was law enforcement. That seemed a little off to me, in my opinion. Maybe she was just really nervous and whatnot, but I did kind of pick up on that. And Wim, thank you for gifting the 5 memberships. You are awesome. Thank you for supporting my channel, Wim. If you have a membership from Wim, you got gifted, drop a heart in the chat. You know that we do over here. We got a lot of gifters over here. So please show your love to the gifter. Yeah, she says someone with a similar shirt. We just don't know if that shirt belonged to Riley. We don't know. Very, very interesting shirt. If it's a similar shirt, like, wow. Okay. But it's also like, did she see it at nighttime? If I remember correctly, let me know. Because that, you know, could also play into the vision, could also play into other factors. Okay, let me hit play on this.
Afterwards?
I'm not able to, I don't know the communication that happened between him and her. I'm honestly, I'm not sure which, he's got several friends that are female, male. I mean, I don't know who that individual was that he talked to at that time.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation.
All right, thank you, Miss Ashley Banfield. So SF Investigates, y'all know he goes out and he helps the people. He just posted something like 33 seconds ago. Let's look at that right quick, y'all. Oh, thank you, Low 12. You are so beautiful. Thank you for gifting. Let me read this and then I'll give you some more shout outs. But he says the story of the new witness in the Riley case that is rapidly circulating from News Nation and others. I have interviewed this witness and received full statements over the phone, along with a copy of the written statement they gave News Nation. Law enforcement has a statement directly from the witness and have since yesterday, and I have put the witness in touch with the family. I would strongly caution against turning this into more than it is. Everyone is grateful the witnesses came forward and provided this information. The last time the witness saw Riley, he was walking along the sidewalk and Riley was not in distress. The other details are not mine to disclose. This was not a witness to any event. So we have more witnesses that are coming out, y'all, like, and they're writing statements. I mean, that's a good thing, right? We have more people that are speaking out, that might have seen something, that might have detailed something. It's just interesting. Thank you again, Low 12. If you have a membership from Low 12, put a heart in the chat. Thank you again for gifting. Interesting. Hold up. It says, if I was that friend, my first call would have been the family, then the police. Ooh. Okay, hold up. Let me look at y'all's comments. Has anyone found where the shirt is from? Is it from Walmart or somewhere like a common place? Maybe it's a coincidence. That's a good point. Like, where did Riley get the shirt? You said Riley's shirt's available on Amazon and really cheap on Temu. Not likely to be a way a homeless person gets a shirt. Wow. I mean, I didn't know. Is it two-tone? You said it's like, did you find it on Amazon and Temu? But it wasn't like Erica said right here. Did you get it from like Walmart? I don't think that he would have bought it from Walmart. Like, did he order it online? Kind of makes you wonder. Um, Dawn on Me says, one thing about the lady talking about the shirt, she's gotten her 15 minutes of fame. Oh, I don't know, Dawn on Me. I just don't see that that's the case. But I mean, y'all, I don't know. You said agreed that the lady says she had an office at the bar was sus, right, Ava? Like that lady who said, she worked, that was a little bit suspect to me. But yeah, you said easy. Look up cream and black collared shirt. It's a Guard Bruce shirt, really? Hmm. Okay. So let's move on a little bit. Now I kind of want to highlight something, and I do want to talk about, well, how many witnesses? Okay. How many witnesses do we have total? Has anybody been keeping track? How many witnesses do we have total? Now I'm not talking about interviewed witnesses, at least that we know of that have been mentioned on the news, social media. Can you guys put a number in the chat if you've been following this story? How many witnesses do we have so far? And if you think about it that way, then you would have to kind of ask yourself, all right, what are some of the things that they've been saying in common? Like, what are some of the things, whether it's the shirt or like how he was talking, he was walking? I'm kind of wondering this point too, because I did see this piece right here that I thought was interesting on the details surrounding the disappearance of Riley. You said it's 6, including the cop. Thank you, Sarah. So 6 witnesses total, including the cop. Now, 6 witnesses, whether they've been interviewed or not, how many ever you've seen. I want to know kind of total numbers. So if this is a number, this is interesting. SW says, I cannot remember if it was 2 or 4 that spoke with Riley in the crosswalk video. Those are witnesses as well. Keep that in mind, because there was a couple of them that spoke to him or at least saw him, especially the couple that were coming out and were seen in that footage. Yeah, keep that in mind. Okay.
Homeless, 2 different homeless camps that Riley was in that area.
Did the first or
and you also have to keep in mind the homeless camps. There was a homeless person that was also interviewed that, if y'all remember, was it yesterday or the day before, we did a little conversation about that. He said he saw a bunch of commotion in that area and that he almost fell, and he chalked it up to he was drunk or something. There was a couple of people that saw somebody fitting Riley's description around that time.
second homeless witness lend any more information to the tracking? Like, we have just been mapping out that tracking. Did this new witness, this new homeless person, lend any useful information to the search?
Where we're at right now, and it's still a little confusing because this literally come about 5 minutes before we went to the other vigil tonight. I don't remember which bridge, which homeless person has been, but it is in same conjunction of what we have been thinking. Riley was heading north on 1st Street, and it was in that area that both camps, which under my standing, there's 2 large bridges right there, which have large homeless camps underneath them. I think in each camp, Riley was seen in each one.
Wow.
It's fascinating and still so perplexing. Chelsea, your cousin is 6'7" and 160 pounds. I mean, that is a very, very unique build. I don't know if I've ever met anybody. Not more people are able to say, oh, I absolutely saw that guy that night.
Interesting. Let me go back a little bit. This is the point that I was trying to make, is so many people that saw him. There should have been maybe more witnesses, right?
Not more people are able to say, oh, I absolutely saw that guy that night.
Yeah, we haven't really heard. I know there's not a lot of people that are coming out talking. I know they did a few interviews of the people that they've got camera footage from that they saw him, but it's hard to watch the video and know that there were so many people around him and saw him, and none of them have really came to talk or came to say anything, or if they saw him go in a certain direction.
And certainly that can change.
And that, that's a good point. It's like we've had, I think, number-wise 4 to 6. Everybody say 4 to 6 witnesses. This is the piece that you kind of have to wonder why. Well, if they saw more people, why haven't more people spoken out? I mean, this was a busy time when this happened. So yeah, I have a lot of questions about that piece. Like, are people just choosing not to say anything, or maybe everybody was just so drunk they don't even remember?
Chelsea, because it's getting a lot of coverage on television, the case of Riley's disappearance. And hopefully that will yield someone from that night who actually sees these videos and remembers, yeah, I was there. And I do remember seeing that guy because, again, he's very unique. His stature is very, very unique. When you see the videos, Chelsea, what do you see in the video? Do you see your cousin, or do you see something very unlike your cousin?
I do not see Riley in any of those videos. That's just, I've never seen him like that, and I've been with him many, many times and many certain occasions, and I've never seen him act or walk like that ever.
And it's not normal for him to wander off by himself, want to be alone, maybe take a couple days, just sort of check out?
No, all of us are very close with our families. We talk to, I know Riley and I both talk to our moms more than twice a day. We call, check in. We don't really like to be alone. We're very friendly people. We like to be around people all the time. So for him to wander off by himself and not just stand there or try to wait somewhere for his friends is just not like him.
So see, and even the way that the family's describing him, for him just to walk away, it's just not like them. But if he was so intoxicated, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we do that's not like us when we're intoxicated, right?
Chris, I'm going to ask you the same kind of question with sort of a twist. When you see the video of Riley struggling, it doesn't seem like his friends were intoxicated at the same level.
No.
And there are a lot of people who have some theories about that. Do you?
We have some theories about possibly what would have happened at the bar. It's been wild that we've had such an excellent outpouring of people from Nashville, one trying to help find Riley, sending us information. We've had people that has sent us case situations of something similar to Riley's. We've had over 100 of those sent to us in the last 3 years. That's happened there. Me personally, I've known Riley since he was born, and he's like one of my kids. I do not see him. Riley was very loving, very affectionate. He was extremely non-confrontational, which amazed a lot of people. He is a very tall kid. We called him our little sailboat because he was just so skinny he could just blow anywhere. But the things that we were told that happened in the bar situation just does not track with the Riley that we have known and been with our entire life.
I mean, that's the thing, is like, y'all think law enforcement is wrong for not classifying this as foul play? I am kind of curious about that. Tennessee says, how could the couple have heard a commotion if they were on the bank close to the river? Remember the searchers? Thank you for saying that. And I had pointed that out earlier too. It's like, you see how steep that area is? If the searchers during the press conference, they said a lot about, I don't know if they realized how much they said, even though they were giving like, make sure you wear boots, make sure if you want to wear a helmet, yada, 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 go do that, right? They said a lot, you guys. When she said, make sure like that y'all don't like get yourselves apart, because even if you're 15 to 20 feet or 18 feet from each other, you may not hear each other. I'm thinking, if this young man, he's drunk, he slipped, hit his head, and rolled down the river in that area, or the water, who's going to hear him? Who's going to hear him? That's what I'm thinking. But at the same time, If somebody said in the chat said, well, he could have been drugged, he could have been this if he's never been like that, because the family is given this like profile of he would have never, I've been with him before. I'm like, yeah, but sometimes we don't act the same way when we're with family. People have said different things. We won't know if he was roofied. We don't know anything. We won't know anything. Truly, we won't.
Several people that was in the vicinity at that bar has made the same comments watching the videos. Other fraternity brothers from even the past that has been brothers with Riley. We've yet to have anybody that said, oh, yeah, I've seen Riley in a position like that before. We want to thank Luke Bryant's restaurant. Naturally, we're not seeing any of the footage, but they immediately got with the police, turned over footage. They've been working with the police on this, and we greatly appreciate.
I wonder why they haven't showed that footage. I mean, did they show that footage to the family? That's fine if they don't want to, show it on social media, but like show it to the family so they know, what happened or whatever,
Appreciate the help that they're trying to put forth, but there's definitely something wrong, we think, in that situation before Riley left the bar.
Yeah, I know there is some speculation that perhaps, he was drugged and there might have been an attempt to rob him because, again, his friends did not seem to be suffering at the same level of
that's right.
Intoxication that Riley was. We will continue to tell your story. I can't thank you both enough for coming on tonight. Thank you for watching.
All right.
Go to.
So that should show that a little bit, just to kind of give you guys a perspective from the family. Now, let's go ahead. And this was posted about 2 hours ago. The search for Riley on the Cajun Navy boat in downtown Nashville. I mean, look at this. It's different when you see it like in this kind of view with the water. I don't think anybody's going to be talking. Hold up. Let's see. But look at that, y'all. Could he have fallen? Could he have, there's so much that could have been put in here, but there has been a lot of speculation. A lot. You're side-eyeing the Nashville police? New information from Banfield eyewitness? Who? Because there's been a lot of eyewitnesses, y'all. This is what I'm saying. It's a lot of eyewitnesses. When did they post that? Let me know. Because like I said, it's been a lot of information on eyewitnesses and people have seen different things and whatnot. Yeah, I'm just saying that. Hold up. Let's see. I'll look, but I don't think anything's been posted. They've interviewed a lot of people, but nothing has been. Yeah, no. You said, I think the opposite side of the river. The sound of water can be very deceptive. Absolutely. I mean, look at this. You said, let me mute that. That is very annoying. But you said he was kicked out due to a misunderstanding. That's what I heard too. But then again, it's so hard to figure out like whose information with all these witnesses, whose information do y'all take? Was there a time for him to go to another bar after he refused entry at the bar after Luke's? I don't think so. Not that we have footage of. Hold up. Mia Lewis, yes, you are late. We've already said that. We don't know what police are doing behind scenes. But this gives you an idea, like bodies can float up here too. We just don't know. Hold up, let me see. Eye fluid is often tested in autopsies to look for drugging. Ooh. Steep slopes. The university told the frat brothers to hush. I wouldn't have told them. I would have told them the same thing because everyone is accusing everybody. Yep. That's the opposite side, not the side he would have fallen on, the current side. So they're on the opposite side. Is that what you're saying, Jordy T? And let me see if they do make it to the side. Hold up. Maybe they do a little turn. I don't know. But still, we need to get some drones out there. wasn't their first spar, absolutely. Pre-game. I mean, look at this. Look at all this water. Like, my goodness. One thing I want to know, was there any, I know that they said they found the car and there was no like charges to it or anything like that, but before that, was there any charges before that? Like, were there any purchases of anything? I'm just curious. You know, that's a great question. They haven't released anything that would suggest foul play. Uh, People are suggesting this, and that's the piece that I like. With so many witnesses and so many witnesses, saying different things, you kind of have to wonder, you know, if there was anything there. Jordy T says, go back to where the stairs are. That's the side he would have fallen. Oh, Jordy, hold up. You said the stairs? What's you said the stairs. Girl, where? There's stairs? See, I didn't even capture any stairs. Let me see. Let me go down a little bit and make this bigger. Do you have the timestamp for it? We're looking. I mean, I don't see any stairs. I see stairs over. Well, no, I don't think that's really stairs. Witnesses aren't reliable. Fact. Sadly, we wouldn't know off if it was. Hold up. Let me see. What did you say? I missed your comment. Foul play or not until they find him. His case becoming a Kylie Rodney narrative. I don't like it. Yeah, I didn't like the Kylie Rodney. I definitely didn't appreciate that. There's stairs next to the first bridge. Okay. So, and hold up, let me go back. Because there's a couple of bridges. You said there's stairs next to the first bridge. Going back. But this is where you guys said it was the other side. My goodness, but look at all this water. Timestamp? If you have it, let me know. There are all docks all over downtown for riverboats, private company docks too. Well, okay, so here's the deal. If they find him fully clothed, okay, let's just say that they find him fully clothed, like his shirt and everything, then the witness really didn't see anything. She saw somebody that looked like Riley. I mean, that could be the case too. We don't know. Jordy T, are you talking about this area right here? Right. His boots have been wait, what did you say? His boots what? Y'all, sorry, the comments going fast. That's Broadway. That's the Broadway riverfront area. Okay. SW, you think the shorts really? I thought you were like, okay, there's the stairs right there. The stairs by the first bridge go to the road. This is the first bridge. Okay. So you're saying, Jordy T in the chat, let me know. Y'all saying that this is the area where he would have fallen from? Look at this. I mean, this would be a horrible fall. Like, and then you're drunk and it's nighttime. This is just horrible. Just to see this part, I don't know. Yeah, Anne says, yeah, he's further away by now. You said, oh, wow. Okay, Cynthia says that would be the side if he fell in the river. No further up was last ping on his phone. That bridge is so this is the first bridge. Thank you, Tennessee. Thank you guys for the local ones. Jordy T, everybody. The pretty grassy green area, right? Hold up. You talk about this area over there? That little boat goes really fast right here. You talking about this right here? Pretty grassy green area. Right. I think it's hard for law enforcement to pursue the leads with no pic of who she saw, right? Yes, we just talked about that. You just put that comment up earlier. We did talk about that. You said people are putting too much emphasis on the phones where they pinged when that is not 100% guarantee. I don't know. Well, that's the same. You could say the same about the witnesses too, Michelle. Back towards the beginning is the pretty green grass. Okay. Ooh. So this is the area, or at least some of the area that we think could have been it right there. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's a lot of water. There's the trash. You said that river's going to be near impossible to search. Unfortunately, they might just be waiting until his body's caught up. At the dam. Do you think it's a little too soon to go to the dam, though? Where they found his card. Gotcha. The cameraman is going like all over the place. I'm like, go over there. Go over there where you're supposed to go. I feel like the phone pings are pretty accurate, especially since they have the body cam footage of him in that same area. It's a good point. I'm saying if Riley is found with the shirt on, then the shirt lady is lying. If no, well, I would probably say that she didn't get her information. I mean, sometimes people, our mind can play tricks on us. That does happen, y'all. That current could rip off a shirt. That's true. We will never know if she's telling the truth or not. I mean, unless they find a homeless man with the shirt, or if they find somebody with the shirt, or if they find the shirt in a homeless camp area or somewhere, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Let me see. With all that rain, it wouldn't go, it wouldn't go so soon, right? The water is moving fast. The local woman went to the river near me on New Year's Eve, and she had been found 2 days later. Wow. There's a lot of efforts then that are being put out there, so I'm hoping that they do find this young man. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments about this whole situation. What do you guys think? I mean, do you guys think that some of these witnesses are credible? Think about all the witnesses that have come forward. Why do you think law enforcement isn't, interviewing some of these witnesses? Let me know your thoughts. Y'all feel like there's some foul play going on? If you don't believe that, that's fine. At the end of the day, do me a favor and keep this family in your prayers, because they definitely need it, right? And hoping for the best as far as whatever that outcome may be. Okay, I'm kind of sad to even say that, but like, I don't like even saying that, because this whole situation is just horrible in general, and there's a lot more speculation that's coming out of it. But yeah, absolutely, prayers. That's all we can do, you guys. All right, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will see you guys on the next one. And again, shout out to everybody that supported my channel. Shout out to everybody from Twitter. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out, guys. I'm out. Bye, guys.